I'm letting Canadians know what I believe in and what I'm fighting for. And I want Canadians to know that so they can make an informed decision around where they vote in this election. But I also want Canadians to know they can't afford another 4 more years of Mr. Trudeau because he has broken promises and commitments, and that costs you and your families. When Mr. Trudeau says he's going to do something and doesn't do it, there's a cost to that. When he promises to bring in pharmacare to the families that I met who need their medication covered, it costs them money. When Mr. Trudeau promises to bring in childcare and waits 6 years since being in office, every year for a family that costs $20,000 to get childcare, that's $120,000 of broken promises because they still don't have access to childcare. So there's real cost to it. Mr. O'Toole will also cost families. So I'm saying the best way for Canadians to realize someone who's going to actually fight the climate crisis, who's going to fight the housing crisis, who's going to take on these big telecom companies is voting New Democrat. That is the best way to achieve those things.
On the first full day of this campaign, we launched Canada's Recovery Plan. And for 30 days, I talked about mental health. I talked about helping families, building up our public health care system, creating 1 million jobs in 1 year, working on animal welfare, addiction, a range of issues that Canadians want a serious talk about, the future. Mr. Trudeau called a $600 million election and every day has tried to divide people. He has no plan, no future. All he has is blaming others. And as I've said, in the final days, this is about who you trust to secure the future for our country after a very difficult health and economic crisis. I think Canadians deserve an honest government, an ethical government, and one with a plan. And Mr. Trudeau has let people down time after time after time. We deserve better than that, and so I'm asking people to choose who they trust with their future.
In my conversations with progressives, not just in this election, but over the years, there's always 3 things that come forward when I talk to someone who's not sure which way to vote, but they know they care about climate change. Voters who care about climate change try to juggle 3 different things in their choice for who to vote for. First of all, they know they have to stop the Conservatives from getting elected and taking us backwards at a time we need to go even further forward. They know they should be voting for the very best and most ambitious plan to fight climate change. And they know they need to be getting a government that is pushing hard and pushed hard to fight climate change even more and even further. Well, in this election, all 3 of those things are fulfilled by the Liberal Party of Canada.